my fellow Americans, this is former President Barack Hussein Obama, and you're listening to the Mad Titan Podcast. Please be sure to support this young brother from Chicago, Jay Washington, because he's a funny bastard. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.
I ignored my destiny once. I cannot do that again. Even for you. I'm the only one who knows that. At least I'm the only one with the will to act on it.
The Mad Titan Podcast with your host, Jay Washington.
What's happening, everybody? I'm back. It is episode 24 of the Mad Titan Podcast from Media Resident Supervillain, Mr. Jay Washington. What's going on, people? I know you are getting this late, but if you didn't know, if you were under a rock and haven't been following me on social media like you're supposed to, you didn't know I've been in Chicago, which means I didn't care about y'all that much. I'm bullshitting. I did. But I was at C2E2 this past week, and I was doing a lot of shows back home, so didn't get a chance to record like I thought I might have, but I got some stuff coming up. One of the big things I did get out of C2E2 was an interview with Agent Melinda May. Yeah, I got a chance to talk with Ming-Na Wen, and we had a ball. It was supposed to be a quick little 10-minute interview with her, and she just had so much fun, and I had fun, so I can't wait for you all to see that. Shouts out to all the fans that I met over this past week, the fans who I saw either at the con, fans who I saw in person. Speaking of which, I was Thursday in Chicago. I was at the Tight Ship Comedy Show at Half Hour. Shouts out to the crew there. And I met a young lady who, after the show, I was talking to my homeboys who came. She was like, "Oh my God, I'm such a fan of your podcast." And I was like, "Oh, I'm finna start crying and shit." Because it made me feel special. So shouts out to Carla Vasquez. I appreciate you so much. Follow her on Instagram at KVAZ12, man. I told her I was going to give a shout out, and I'm going to do it up top, and this is what it is. But yeah, so C2E2 was dope. I had a great time. I had a great time being home. I always hate leaving home, but there's work to be done. So here we are, and I don't feel like it's a burden. Y'all already know what this is. If you're new to this, what we do here is I get you caught up on everything that's happening in the Marvel and DC live action cinematic universes. If they wearing a cape, cowl, and mask, I'm talking about it. It is barbershop talk for nerds, which means I keep this shit all the way 100. And if you getting your feelings, that is your goddamn fault. Okay, so special guest this week. I was at the Improv last week, and just a conversation came up with me and my homeboy Mark Henderson about Captain Marvel. Now, Mark is an idiot when it comes to Captain Marvel. So we was having this discussion about it. That's the homie, though. And in walks a comic who I've known of her, and I've seen her work, and been a little bit of a fan of her. And she just started going heavy into nerddom. And my heart fluttered. Because anybody that had those nerd conversations, if you know me, you know I'm like, "Oh, you my peoples. You part of my tribe." So we were just going on for hours. She didn't even make it in the club at all. Spent the whole 2 hours outside. So I had to invite her to come and be on the podcast on this episode with me so y'all can see how dope she is. She is an author, writer, stand-up comedian. I got Miss Heather J in the building with me. How you doing?
What's happening? Everybody, nerds, barbershop people needing a haircut of nerdiness.
You so stupid.
The lineup.
So
Who needs a lineup?
Everybody needs a shape up nowadays. Get those edges trimmed, fellas, too. I have to ask this question because I didn't get a chance to ask it because we was having such a deep conversation on so much different stuff. How did you get involved into all the comic book stuff and being a nerd like we all are? Was it a shorty thing or did you pick it up later?
Oh, that's an interesting question. My mother's best friend had 5 sons. And when I was growing up, I would spend a lot of time at their house, like days. And one of her sons was a huge comic book nerd. And so when it would get hot, we were in the ghetto. And so we'd go outside, we'd run, climb trees and stuff like that. But when it got hot and got tired, we'd go in the house and I'd read with him. And I'd read his comics when I was about 7 or 8 years old, probably until the time of puberty. Probably, about 2-3 years of doing this. Not enough to want to buy them. I was never, if you would have asked me, I would have told you I wasn't interested. It was just something to do. I was an avid reader. And then years passed, and I was at, I went to go see, it was 2000, I went to go see X-Men.
Changed your fucking life, didn't it?
Well, what happened was I was in the movie theater, and I was getting annoyed. And I realized how much they had strayed from the origin story. And I was having these moments where I was like, that's wrong. How do I know that? That's wrong. Why do I know that? I just know this is wrong. I hate this movie. And so I was like, then it kind of started all flooding back as the comics became more prevalent and people were started being more safe having these kind of conversations.
Yeah.
I realized that I had a plethora of comic book knowledge from years of sitting with my cousin and reading these comics as a little girl.
That's so dope. And like you said, now we are in a day and age where it is it's more popular more than anything else. It's like pop culture where everybody's like, yo, I'm a nerd too. I know this. No, you just know movies.
It's some
right.
posers.
It's like, yo, you just know movies, fam. You don't know lore. You don't know history.
You don't know the doctrine.
Right. You don't know the source material. So, yeah. So that's dope because, again, you being
canon,
from...
that's what I call it.
The canon, yeah. The canon, exactly. You being from Detroit, me being from Chicago. So those same type of upbringings. Are pretty much... Most black kids that I know that are nerds became nerds because of where we grew up. Because, if you had parents that gave a shit, you didn't go out because it was sometimes like, hey, it's not good for you to go outside. So you were able to catch up to these things. But I'm glad you're here and we're going to have some fun. And so let's
have some fun.
I always kick it off with all the Marvel news that I have. And the first news that I got, it just officially dropped today as I'm recording this. The official runtime for Avengers Endgame is 3 hours and 2 minutes.
Dog, that's gone with the wind.
I literally I tweeted, I said, those tweets that be like, nobody? I said, nobody, me. Well, Avengers Endgame is 3 hours and 2 minutes. I'm going to go give me an IV and a catheter.
They're going to have to do an intermission. If they want to take us back to the 50s and do that kind of a film, the Bible, 10 Commandments.
Yep.
They got to give us an intermission, man.
But here's the thing. They got
to give us that 15 minutes to re-up on that popcorn and go use the bathroom.
I agree with you. But here's the thing. Here's the only rebuttal I have to that. The only one. If Avengers Infinity War was 3 hours, nobody would have noticed. Remember, it ended like 2:42, and everybody was just like, wait, that's it? So it could have kept going.
People was getting up using the bathroom. No, they was missing parts.
Oh, yeah, they was.
Somebody was scooting past you because when you do the recliner seats and you got to move your seat a little bit because they trying to walk past and you're like, oh. No, everybody was getting up.
Well, I know I was in the El Capitan when I did my first screening of it. And the El Capitan Theater, they had these like old school seats. Bitches don't recline. You sitting there.
Excuse me.
Pardon me.
I couldn't imagine going back to that right now. I would be so mad if I had to go back to that.
Pardon me, I'm trying to come through. Excuse me, brother. God bless you. Excuse me.
People stepping on your feet and kids screaming in your ear.
But I think they are going to do an intermission. I think they are. I'm not 100%. I remember hearing about that. One of the Russo brothers said, yeah, we'll probably put an intermission in this because you better.
It's the least you could do.
You're going to have a bunch of people with UTIs.
You know what I'm saying? Let us, because if you miss something, nobody, like the second time you won't mind.
Yeah, the first time is their first time.
Everybody's going to nobody's, because let's be real, everybody's super hyped about this movie, whether, it's justified or not. They're super hyped about it. And so they're going to
Wait a minute. Let's get
we don't know. We haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay. Okay, I got you on that.
Everybody's not a Marvel fan, okay? So
This is true. I know because, I had that discussion. So, reason we had that discussion, we haven't talked, she's a DC girl, and I'm fine with that. Everybody think I'm a Marvel shield, and Marvel's paying me for every fucking thing they give me that I do. And I wish they were because I'd be living way more lavish than I am now. If Marvel was paying me. But no, I think the anticipation is because of what has been built up.
Right.
And now you have Infinity War on Netflix.
Right.
So everybody's like, oh shit, what's next?
Yeah.
But I agree. You definitely need a bathroom break. But I think the problem with that bathroom break is going to be the entire theater is going to clear out. Those bathrooms will not be able to hold the entire theater.
They do when the movie lets out. Same thing happens. Everybody's not going to have to go. Some people
will. You're right.
But what's going to happen if they don't is it's going to impact concessions. Because if I don't know if I can get up, I'm not getting nothing to drink.
Yeah, that's
so
damn
it's definitely going to affect concessions.
Yeah, if I can't get up,
I'm not even going to waste my time.
Yeah, you got a point. there. So 3 hours and 2 minutes. I'm waiting until I get my screen.
I can't remember the last time they had a movie that was 3 hours.
Wasn't it like Titanic or something like that?
Titanic was 2 and some change, but it wasn't 3.
Malcolm X was.
Malcolm X was 3 hours?
I believe Malcolm X was 3 hours. I'm going to check on that. I believe.
And that was before reclining seats, too.
That was when we had old school seats.
That's when it was just 7,000 Negroes in the theater.
Oh.
People was crying at the end of that movie.
Of course you was.
I was, because I read the book. I was like,
Malcolm X was 3 hours and 22 minutes.
Oh, no, I hated it. Like, I don't remember, but I know in my mind I hated him in the end. Because I know there was no intermission in that one either.
Yeah.
But I mean, clearly the book was,
Titanic was 3:15.
The Titanic was. I don't remember sitting in the theater that long. I thought it was like 2:30.
But that's what happens when movies start flowing so
Yeah.
fast. You see what I'm saying? If the movie is going, you don't pay no attention to the time because everybody went in the Endgame knowing it was 2:40 something.
When I went to go see Titanic, we didn't go the day it came out, so the theater wasn't full.
Different ball game.
Full theater. That's
a whole.
Because the opening weekend of any comic book movie, in spite of the fact that adults really don't want kids there, people are still thinking the whole family can go. So that opening weekend, it's going to be little ones in there. And they're not going to be able to sit for 3 because they weren't at Titanic and Michael May.
No, they didn't have to live through those days.
Those were all grown folks that had to control their bladders.
In some other Marvel news, we're going to stay kind of along this line. The Black Widow film, which is happening, the solo film, they have cast the female lead opposite Scarlett Johansson, and it happens to be Florence Pugh. Now, most people know her now from Fighting With My Family. She portrayed WWE superstar Paige.
Okay.
She's been in a lot of other films. I think this is a great lead. She actually beat out Academy Award winner Emma Stone, not Hermione.
Emma Stone's boring.
Emma Stone, and she beat out Saoirse Ronan from Lady Bird.
Boring. No.
So yeah, she beat those two out for the role.
And she's already shown us that she has physical prowess, which is important.
Nobody
wants to see Emma Stone fight. Emma Stone can't get all the parts. You can't get the La La Land, the Favorites. You can't get everything, Emma. You're 14 pounds. Sit down.
14. You too.
Nobody wants to see you fight.
The last thing she took that I know was physical was a punch from from Jonah Hill in Superbad.
Exactly.
That was the last time I saw her take something physical. But I guess it's like I don't know. My biggest thing is like, when does this story take place with this whole Black Widow thing? Because if it's an origin story, we are way too late for this. She been in since Iron Man 2. You see what I'm saying? We way too late for this. Now,
but Natasha had her own missions.
True.
Understandably.
But again, that's origin-esque in a sense. Now, if we go to her doing her own missions post-Endgame.
And I'm going to be honest with you. Those kind of movies, I'm not really feeling when they do their independent stories after the Avengers movies from a theatrical point of view. Because Marvel has made it clear they want their universe to be
interconnected,
consistent.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So when you're reading the comic books and that happens, it's like, okay, well, yeah, I read an Avengers, but now I'm going to go read an Iron Man. It's cool because I know what it is in my head. But from a visual perspective, for people that don't read them the way we've read them, it's stupid. Because it doesn't make sense logically. Because that's the problem when you create something for grown folks that's meant to be for children. You got all these adult minds in there going, but why? If Tony is... Okay, if they're trying to beat up Tony right now, why wouldn't anybody... No Avenger gave a fuck? Like, no Avenger gave a fuck that they were dragging him across and...
Well, I get what you're saying, but I think, for me, the way I see it is, even after they do an Avenger film and they go back to individual stories, everybody has their individual life. They're not the Avengers... They set it up in First Avengers where they come together when it's needed.
Okay.
When it's needed.
Okay.
So, not to say you're wrong, because I completely get where you're coming from, but they said it. They'll come together when it's needed.
But you don't care about me when you see the man with the hand melting my suit off, and you see they tried to blow up the.
Well,
you saw the man to get blown up. You had to see it on television. And you
ain't nobody called to check on the nigga.
Ain't nobody even called to be like, Tony, are you good? What's Captain America? He could, Tony, you all right though?
You see somebody on the phone.
Nobody was just like, I'm just checking up on you, fam.
Nigga,
you know what I mean?
Nigga, your crib.
I just saw your house get blown off the cliff. Are you okay?
Yo, they didn't even show you on the inside,
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I mean, I
and nobody cared. Nobody cared enough to even.
Well, wasn't Winter Soldier?
The Justice League wouldn't have did that. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say.
Batman be too busy trying to set all them niggas up. Like, well,
yeah, but they be coming through for each other from time to time.
Because it's 90 million. Because it's 90 million members of the league.
Is you cool? I'm just making sure you cool. Superman would never.
Besides,
the Flash would never.
The Flash be too busy trying to fuck up a timeline. So let's just keep this real, okay? He be sitting trying to fix some shit that he shouldn't be fixing. Like, nigga, let it happen, okay?
Like, Flash, you just stay out of it because you always make everything worse.
You just like, hey, Barry, sit. You start telling Barry, do me a favor. Have several seats right here, please.
Like, just don't help. Look, but he still would try. He still would have at least.
You better vibrate your ass through this floor and stay there.
Somebody would have at least said something. Like, is you good?
I guess. Speaking of the Avengers, by the way, the writers of Endgame and Infinity War said the snap was originally going to happen in Endgame in the first act.
Okay.
Which you and I talked about this. I didn't get a chance to talk about it last week on the podcast. I think it'd have been terrible because they said it would have happened in the first act of Endgame, and then the next subsequent 2 hours would have been them trying to fix it. I think that was dumb. That would have been dumb because it would have left Infinity War like
it would have ended like Empire Strikes Back.
Yes.
It would have just been a climatic ending. Oh my God, what will our heroes do? And that would have
what
been
will they do? And then you see it. Whereas with this,
it was jaw dropping. Yeah, it was a much more emotional toll on the audience.
Because everybody, I know for the fact, everybody was like, wait, in my theater was like, wait.
What just happened?
Wait,
Yeah,
that's it? No.
Yeah.
Some scene that happened, right?
It guaranteed that this movie's about to do it. This is about to be the first movie to do $1 trillion.
So I'm gonna have people see the movie.
It's gonna do $1 billion opening weekend. You know what I mean?
You gonna hear dudes be like, "Yo, I got divorced. What happened? Avengers Endgame, fam.
Right.
She didn't want to go again. So how many times you go, bro? 12.
Right. It impacted I was calling off work. I lost my job.
I lost my job.
It definitely played up to the emotional impact.
And I think it works with that. So yeah.
But without it just would have been like a Star Wars movie. Because Star Wars is good for that. Star Wars is good for ending the movie with no grand climax. It's just like, okay. Now they on the ship and they flying. Oh, I guess we about to wait for the next adventure.
You're like, oh, this is what happens. So we fly off through a wormhole or something.
Yeah.
So I think it's good that they didn't put it in Endgame. We got it where we got it. Mm-hmm. We're going to move forward from that. Speaking of moving forward in the MCU, Spider-Man Far From Home. Now, Tom Holland, who was known for not being able to hold water, that little boy would spoil everything.
Oh, okay.
But he tweeted out
12.
Yeah, about 12 or 16.
He has no maturity.
He tweeted out over the weekend that we were going to get something special come Monday.
Okay.
So everybody thought it was the full trailer of Spider-Man Far From Home. Turns out it's not. We got the posters, the new posters for Spider-Man Far From Home. And what they show is Spidey being international, if you will. It's just a couple of pictures of him, like in Paris, and what else? Where is he? Paris, freaking Italy, and somewhere else. That's all, in London. So that's really it. But I think I'm waiting on the trailer because the plot of the story is he's on vacation, of course, with his classmates. And now he's pulled back into work to stop elementals that are happening. So when I heard that, I'm like, okay, that means that Hydro Man may be a part of this. That's an elemental. Sandman could be.
Possibly.
So
they're definitely opening the door.
They're definitely opening the door. But you get Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio, who's trying to be a hero of sorts. Which means, because he's a master illusionist, he could be starting all this shit. So, do you have any expectations for this going forward?
Absolutely not.
Yeah!
I'm so over Spider-Man.
Why?
Spider-Man is something we do because we feel obligated to do. They've disappointed us too many times for us to really have our hopes up. They started out good before. They started out good, you know what I mean? And then the second one and the third one is where they lose their way. So, I'm not terribly... I know everybody loves Tom Holland. I honestly feel that Tobey Maguire was still the best intro to Spider-Man. I said intro to Spider-Man.
You must have felt me looking at you when you said
that. That's okay to make eye contact because I already know the face you're giving me. I still felt like he was the best as a Peter Parker and as a new Spider-Man. I get why with Tom Holland they didn't really give us the origin story because like we keep doing this. Don't
nobody want to see Uncle Ben get shot no more.
Again, but you guys keep forgetting that there were 2-year-olds that happened that didn't see it before. They don't know what's going on.
Yeah, but do we need to subject 2-year-olds to seeing Uncle Ben get shot?
I mean, with great power comes great responsibility is the big part of what Spider-Man drives Spider-Man. So I don't know. I can see why you guys are sick of it. I can also see why it was lacking. Spider-Man doesn't really appear to have a lot of motivation. Marissa Tomei is fine as hell. They don't look poor. The original Spider-Man, Aunt May looked like she's about to die any second. The house was leaning to one side. It was foreclosure notices in every scene. It was like Spider-Man got to do what Spider-Man got to do now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now it looked like they in a little high rise in New York. Marissa Tomei got hoes. You know what I mean? Tony Stark trying to fuck. You know what I mean?
Then Tony Stark is trying to stab though.
Spider-Man, maybe you could just go to school. Like maybe you don't need to. So I don't know. I felt like he lacked a little motivation, and I think he was adorable in Civil War. Michael Keaton stole Homecoming from me.
I agree. You'll never get an argument with me over that.
And it's like if at the end of the day, the villain's supposed to be the coup de grace of a film. He's supposed to be like the extra, the sauce. He's not supposed to steal it from the hero.
Well, you talking about
And,
Michael
you know,
Keaton, though. We're talking about Michael Keaton.
But I mean, that's who they casted. You know.
But you want a hero but you want a villain that powerful, cast by an actor that powerful to carry that role over. Because
I mean, he was excellent. You know, he was excellent, but Tom Holland couldn't hold the scene.
But that's the thing. He's not supposed to, in a sense. He's supposed to be that little kid with a grown man. And that's what it is.
Every scene from him. Every time Tony Stark came into frame, every time Happy came into frame, Zendaya, everybody stole the scenes from Tom Holland.
I'm not gonna do the whole Zendaya thing.
And everybody, but she was good.
She was good.
I don't know if I like her as
because
Mary
that's like
Jane,
saying,
but she was good.
That's like saying,
because Mary Jane was supposed to be a cold piece, not a weird nerd.
That was a whole big switch for me.
Yeah.
But that's like saying Flash Thompson, played by Tony Revolori, stole scenes, and he really didn't. The ones now I can say Ned did. There are a couple of scenes where Zendaya did. I will admit she did, not all the way through. But
I can't think of one scene where Tom Holland, unless he was by himself.
Okay.
Anybody else talking took the scene from him. He's like a Play-Doh actor, which makes him good in a universe scenario.
I like this.
But he's like, he's gonna just kind of be like the silly putty.
Okay.
Of whoever he's with. He's gonna mirror them. He's gonna match them. Or whatever, and it's like, I don't know if I need that in my hero. Spider-Man is very interesting. What makes him interesting is the darkness. They played down the darkness.
I think you got to, though. I think because in 2 different iterations we've already had
Andrew Garfield was way too much darkness.
That's what I'm saying.
Way too much darkness.
That's what I'm saying. In 2 different iterations
like
we
Days
just
of Our
had.
Lives of Marvel.
That motherfucker was a soap opera.
He cried every 14 seconds. It was too much. It was too much.
I thought he was going to commit suicide. I thought he was going to commit suicide after Gwen Stacy died in 2.
Spider-Man. Let me tell you how bad Spider-Man Andrew Garfield was. They was in the middle of telling the story. They said, fuck it. They was like, we're not even going to finish this. They was like, we don't even care if y'all figure out. We don't even care. And Harry was like a Breakfast Club, Judd Nelson, dark and weird with a crazy haircut.
They took the emo Peter from Spider-Man 3 and made it Harry Osborn in Amazing
Spider-Man
Spider-Man
it was
2.
Like, it's too much going on.
Yeah.
And I get Spider-Man has his, because Spider-Man has a lot of villains and everything. But I don't know. I feel like we're missing, and I get it. You guys don't want to see the goblins again, and they had the little Venom thing or whatever. But honestly, I need to see him fighting people that
Who do you want to see him fight?
I mean, if Tom Holland is gonna be Venom.
Yeah, you mean Spider-Man?
Yeah. I mean, not Tom. If
Tom
Hardy is gonna be
Venom, you want to see him fight Tom Holland?
But I still, because Tom Hardy's such an amazing actor. He's been stealing scenes since Inception. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's going to envelop, completely swallow.
Yeah.
No homo. Can you still say that? Tom Holland. It's going to be a battle of the Toms, and Hardy's going to win. But it's going to I think it would be an amazing movie.
If they were to do it.
And I think if they cast the Green Goblin correctly.
The closest that Willem Dafoe was good.
Dafoe was great.
Dafoe was great.
He was great. He was way too old, though. They didn't give him no longevity when he got crow's feet in the first one.
It depends on what type of Norman Osborn you're looking for. The one they did in Amazing Spider-Man, that was like, y'all bogus.
They just, that was,
They was just like, we're going to introduce him, kill him off, boom. That was bogus.
That was bogus to start with the Hobgoblin and kind of skip over the Green Goblin altogether.
Yeah,
that was. And they always want to throw 5 villains at Spider-Man at one time.
Because they want to hurry him and get to the Sinister Six.
Exactly. And I get it. But at the same time, it's like, okay, why he got to fight 3 at one time? Where's Doc Ock? I'm like, give us the people. Doc Ock is an amazing character. They already did the Lizard. I get it. Because the Andrew Garfield was really just like 5 years ago. So I get it. But at the same time, it's like, you're skipping over prime villains to hurry up and get to the Sinister Six, but it's like you're skipping over the foundation of what makes Spider-Man dope is him battling the people that he loved. You got him going straight to fighting strangers.
Yeah.
The Lizard, Doc Ock,
everybody,
the
people he admired,
people he loved, who turned on him, and he was a 17-year-old boy dealing with this. Aunt May losing the house, Uncle being dead, he feel guilty. All these emotions, you completely cut all that out of Tom Holland. Completely cut all that out. He's just a smart aleck kid with a live ass friend again who stole scenes.
Yeah, I will admit Ned stole. Ned is that dude.
You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, and I love the kids. I love them. You know what I mean? But it's like at the same time, I went to go see it with my cousin is 60, and he's been collecting comics since the 60s. He actually has original first edition Avengers that he has framed in his house.
Oh wow!
That he's willing to me when he passes away. Not that I want him to die.
I mean, because I feel like
part of me was like, that's an amazing inheritance. You know what I mean? And me and him went to go see Homecoming, and he was so irritated the whole movie.
Really?
Because he really felt like they took Spider-Man and they were so busy trying to make him appeal to the kids, they forgot about the fans. The real Spider-Man fans, the ones that have been reading it since the Spider was radioactive.
Okay, so here's where I interact.
He hated it.
Here's where I interact with that and interject, shall I say. I am a true fan, and I'm one of those people. But at the same time, I understand that you cannot translate every single panel and page to screen.
Right.
Movies only would be less than 30 minutes if you did that, number one. So, yeah, there has to be some tweaking because it's got to add a little more meat and substance to it.
Right.
I understand staying true to it, but then I also understand when people just go way off the deep fucking end and you're like, why'd you do that?
Right.
So I think it's got to be for where the casual fans and the hardcore fans have to find that common ground in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Where everybody can just be like, look, I get it's not exactly what I want it to be, but I see where they're going.
Right.
Because that's how I felt about Captain Marvel.
Right.
It's not exactly what I wanted it to be, but I see where they're going.
I see the vision of it, yeah.
You know, so I see the vision of it. I mean, I might be right and I might be wrong. So.
I don't see the vision with Spider-Man. I guess I don't see where they're going, other than the fact that they're obviously trying to get him to his 6. But I don't know if they're, or even if they're trying to get him into the SHIELD years. I don't know if they're trying to get him into the SHIELD thing.
Supposedly he does have a black armored SHIELD suit in the movie from a set photo that did release. In more Marvel news, Marvel's Runaways has officially been renewed for its 3rd season. I'm very happy to hear that, man. Happy for my homie. Shouts out to Ryan Sands, Angel Parker, Brittany Ibishi, all of y'all earned it. But that's the crazy part, me giving props to the parents, because now the parents have been downgraded from full series regulars to like partial some series regulars. What's going to happen now is every season was 13 episodes. They've now been downgraded to 10. This isn't a bad thing, because they've been showing now that 10 episodes is the perfect amount to binge.
Okay.
So 10 is perfect. But yeah, for them to have season 3, did you watch Runaways? What'd you think?
It was a slow start.
Yes, it was. Season 1 was very slow to start.
But the second season made up for a lot of action. I think that it's probably because the Runaways are supposed to evolve beyond just battling their parents. So it's probably for the parents aren't necessarily the focal. The parents as a collective is a villain. But they're not, but it's not necessary. I don't think they're necessary in every episode. Yeah. The kids are a lot more interesting. And, you got to start creating the sexual stuff between them or people will stop watching.
Well, they started doing that in season 2.
Right, exactly.
We started really teasing that not even teasing. We went right into it. You had Gert and Chase.
Yeah.
You got Nico and Carolina.
Right.
You got freaking Alex and the girl from Compton.
Yeah.
So they started doing all those.
He legit lost his little virginity.
You know he lost his virginity when he got his hair braided.
Yeah. I said the same thing. I said, oh, he about to get some.
He finna get, like, if anybody was like, she just did his hair. Bullshit. Bullshit. He was in that room for a long time. Like, he was getting himself. So, yeah, I'm happy for that. I forgot to mention this earlier, speaking of Spider-Man. Now, we know the Morbius movie is currently filming. A movie that I'm like, okay, cool, we got Morbius. But then they told me it was Jared Leto, and I was like, fuck you and your mama. Because I really don't believe Jared Leto should be Michael Morbius. You look like you have different thoughts on that.
He's an interesting guy because he's so insanely talented.
Yes, he is.
He really can be anybody he wants to be. But
he was also the Grand Theft Auto version of the Joker.
I think that they let him go too soon with the Joker. I really think that the Suicide Squad messed up his almost perfect record of making any character come to life.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't know if it was a script thing, but it probably was a script thing. Because I know he was pissed that they cut some scenes that he really thought he was gonna shine in.
Yeah, because we didn't see those at all.
Coming from a Escape from Arkham perspective, they didn't let him do his thing. They didn't.
But he wasn't the Escape from Arkham Joker. He was just a gangster.
Yeah, well, that to me was part of the problem with Suicide Squad.
You know what I'm saying?
The way it was written did not need that much rewriting.
Yeah, he was a gangster. They could have stayed
a little truer to the original story, which made a lot more sense than what they gave us. And so because they changed the story, it was almost like the Joker was forced in when originally he wasn't forced in. It was almost like the Wizard of Oz. They stumbled across him and they were stuck with him.
And they were just like, we're here, we're at this point.
And it's like, okay, well now we got the Joker, whether we like it or not, because he's not letting this bitch go. You know what I mean? Whereas what they gave us was a force. And it was a Joker that didn't make sense if you don't know the universe. You don't know that this is the Joker after Batman knocked his teeth out. You don't know, you don't know all these things. You just know he's not Heath. And so now you're losing people because, like, well, he's not Heath. And it's like, well, he's not supposed to be Heath. He's supposed to be, he's supposed to be this Joker.
Yeah,
or whatever.
That was that one thing I get everybody has their own take on the character.
Yeah.
But his take, Heath Ledger was a Joker. He laughed, he giggled, he did those sinister jokes, but he was an anarchist. He was just about tearing everything down. This one was just like, was a
psychopath that we know the Joker to be. If you don't fuck with me, I won't fuck with you. I'm gonna do what I do and just don't get in my way. And that was Jared Leto's Joker.
Yeah,
and that's the Joker.
That's what you saw?
That's the Jack Nicholson Joker.
That's what I have to say. Jack Nicholson's Joker.
I'm gonna do what I do.
No, I didn't
and
see.
If you don't cross me, we won't have no problem.
Now, see, that's what we got to differ.
If I perceive you're in my way, because the whole thing, it doesn't matter if you really are in his way.
No, I get what you're saying.
If the Joker thinks you're a threat, you're gonna die.
No, I got you.
And that's the Joker you know. I mean, the Joker's the guy that the guy cut him off on the freeway and he tried to kill him. You know what I mean? So that's that was the Jared Leto Joker. If you don't, we're cool, we're partying. Oh, you like my girl? You gotta die now. Because I perceive you're a threat.
Which, by the way, I was mad because that was the only scene Common was in the whole fucking movie. And this Mark is in the opening credits like he is a part of this film. I was like,
that was to make sure black people came out.
I was like, wait. I was like, okay, Common's in this movie. Cool. And then I was like,
2 seconds.
I was like, this nigga died like Omar Epps in fucking Scream 2.
Right. He was Scream Death.
But back to the Morbius film. So
I don't know. That's why I say I don't know if I'm ready for him. I get it. Everybody wants to be in the universe right now because that's the hot ticket in Hollywood. But I don't know. I expected Jared to maybe fight a little harder to make Joker work. Maybe he needed another go at it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, he's got Morbius, and right now they're filming in London. And over the weekend, someone took a picture of the set, and there was a truck that went past, and on the side of the truck says Craven Pastries with a big Craven on it.
Okay.
So it could be just an Easter egg. However, Sony is currently developing the Craven the Hunter movie script right now. The writer of The Equalizer 2, Richard Wink, is actually writing the script. So,
I don't know.
Do you think we might? Because here's the thing.
They did the same thing with Howard the Duck. they teased the Howard the Duck and then dropped the Howard the Duck. So I mean, for now it's just an Easter egg until
Well, the reason I say that because again, this is a Spider-Man spinoff where there's no Spider-Man. Okay, so Morbius is not the villain. Is supposed in this movie.
Like they did with the Venom movie.
Right, he's not the villain. But Michael Morbius is a biochemist. Wouldn't that be dope if it opened the door to make the formula, the serum that Sergei takes to become the Hunter when he gets all his abilities?
It would be. I can see that being an ending credit. I could be alluded to in the ending credit. Or it could just be a truck driving by just so that the geeks like us could be like, oh my God! Because I just
wanted. You see my face? I just wanted to be.
I believe they cock tease us quite a bit because you got to realize Stan Lee is gone now, so now they got to look for new ways to titillate us.
Yeah, because we won't get any more appearances.
Any more of the cool.
Yeah, damn it. See, here's where it got sad on the show.
I don't think so because I know that Stan Lee. I'm gonna get a lot of at Heather J AYH. Bring it. I don't care.
Oh shit! Hold on. Let me grab my water for this one.
I don't approve of everything Stan Lee did. So I do think that his, he was revered in death because that's what people do. You die and then you become a god. But he probably needed to get called to task before he died.
Oh, you talking about the personal shit he did?
For some of the stealing he did. He put his name on comic books he didn't necessarily write.
Which ones?
He took all the bows, or whatever. Yeah. It's like, but I get it. He did the work up front. He did all the sacrificing up front when nobody wanted to be bothered. He pushed for the diversity. He pushed for the weirdness that we love today. But I'm a little salty that Christopher Priest didn't get no credit for Black Panther. I'm sorry. I'm just a little salty.
Priest did get. Not
no credit for not on the script. He didn't. They completely left him out of it. They completely left him out of it.
In the movie, right? Yeah. If I'm not mistaken,
and all the hoopla.
I get that, but if I'm not mistaken, I know that he wasn't there physically. I do recall because I was at the press junket. Ryan Coogler did mention he took from Priest's run.
But he didn't credit him for that. His
Okay.
name should have been in the... If Stan Lee's name was in the credits and he wrote
fair.
nothing...
That's fair. That is very
Christopher
fair.
Priest's name should have been in the credits because you know that whole story arc, even though he blended arcs, you know that was all what Christopher Priest brought to that character.
Yeah.
Not what Stan Lee couldn't write a black man. That's why he got Christopher Priest. It was Stan Lee's idea, and it was a noble gesture for him to say, "Well, we need somebody black that's just as powerful, or whatever." But Christopher Priest is the one that brought him to life. So part of me is kind of salty about that.
You know what?
Especially since Black Panther did so much better than all the others, and it turned out to be, the big winner.
So the writing credits that I'm looking at officially for Black Panther were Ryan Coogler, Joe Robert Cole, Stan Lee, and Jack Kirby.
Yeah, Jack Kirby is the other non-person of color who probably, in the beginning, they definitely created the character and all that, but everybody knows it was Christopher Priest is the one that.
Priest gave it
what it is. The unapologetic blackness, the Wakanda foreverness that we rocking. That was the Christopher Priest effect, and so as far as I'm concerned, his name should have been on the credits.
You don't get an argument out of me.
Even if it was just additional dialogue or additional story by or based on something by, you know what I mean? His name should have been somewhere on there. He was completely left out.
You absolutely are right.
And that was black on black crime right there.
Revolution. Yeah, that is kind of messed up. Damn. All right, well, I'm gonna go to the next story real quick. Damn, kind of.
At Heather JAYH.
But you know what?
I said what I said.
You know what? Here's why I'm cool completely with what you said. Because again, like I said earlier, if you in your feelings when you listen to this, that's your fucking fault.
And I'm a writer. And I'm a screenwriter, and I've also adapted other people's work. And when you're adapting somebody else's work, only in Hollywood would you even have the gall to take full credit for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Morally, it's like I have a movie getting ready to come out in a couple of months. It was a girl's book. I took her book, wrote the script. They filmed my script word for word. I changed her book ridiculously. I had to. It needed to be changed quite a bit. But it's no way. I mean, I would be embarrassed if somebody said I wrote. I would be like, no, that's her brainchild. She's the one that created those characters, those ideas, and had them going those places. I just made it work for film.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? And it's like I would feel bad taking the credit.
No, that makes sense.
And Ryan Coogler didn't feel bad at all. Stan Lee didn't feel bad at all. At all.
Yeah.
Some rogue blogger went and dug him up and wrote an article about him and discovered he still writes for Marvel. He's like 70 and he's like this chill black dude that's like, it is what it is. He that kind of dude.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Because he's been through the mill with Marvel and DC, and he wrote Black Lightning too.
Yes, he did. I know.
You know what I mean? So it's like, okay.
And they only credit.
And they may not know that either.
And they only credit for Black Lightning. They only credit Trevor Von Eeden and Tony Isabella.
Okay.
So they credit those two. I know that for a fact.
And if you watch Black Lightning or read Black Lightning, it's the blackest, beautifulest family.
We're going to talk about that. We're going to get to that in a minute.
Only a black person could create that.
We're going to get to that in a minute. The last bit of news. This happened in between the recording of last episode and this one. The Disney Fox deal is officially done. It's locked in. It's over. So, everybody's so fucking happy that the X-Men will eventually come into the MCU. Right? I'm going to say this as somebody who works in Hollywood as an actor. As somebody who has friends who work as writers, producers, from PAs, grips. This is a fucked up deal to an extent. A lot of 3,000 people have lost their jobs already. The higher ups that lose their jobs, some things like, all right, you knew it was coming. When you're CEOs and high level that,
whenever there's a merger, there's layoffs.
They're already gone.
Yeah.
But the lower tier people that are losing gigs now, because now Disney has absorbed all this, that's kind of crazy because some people are like, well, maybe they'll get jobs later. Keyword is maybe. The thing is, these people are now without paychecks.
Right.
And so I'm not all, yeah, man, are you super excited? Yeah, I can be happy for what can happen with the characters, but I'm also a human and I have feelings for people. So I care. I'm empathetic. And I think that the fact that, a lot of people are going to lose their jobs and the layoffs aren't done.
Right.
Because they started, but they are not.
They won't be done for about 2 years.
For 2 years. Do you understand the level, and when I say do you, I'm talking about you, the listeners. Do y'all understand the level of uncertainty you got to have going into work every day now? You got to go to work.
Yeah, the listeners do understand because their jobs have done this before.
Yeah.
They know exactly what it means.
You know what I'm saying? You got to go to work, but you don't know if it's going to be your official last day or not. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what's going to happen. But what's your thoughts on this whole deal with everything?
Obviously, like you said, loss of jobs. I'm worried about Family Guy. I'm worried about any R-rated content because Disney doesn't do that and Fox does. Fox was so decadent for so long that they have a reputation for being wild as hell in their programming. Disney's squeaky clean. And I'm just wondering about It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I'm just worried about these shows that are just
But are
cheating.
they? Because remember, ABC is Disney. And we've got shows like Scandal, How to Get Away with Murder.
True.
You know, Grey's Anatomy.
But not on the comedy level, you know. Those comedies are all kind of family friendly. The dramas are wild.
The dramas are wild when they're wild. Now, this is why
what's going to happen to Always Sunny?
I thought they were done already, right?
They keep coming back, though. It's like
I thought they just had their last season.
They keep saying last season, they come back.
You know, I was like, aren't they?
What's going to happen to the Simpsons? What's going to happen to
Look, what should have been fun. Look, the Simpsons have run their course.
No, we need Simpsons to go to the end of time. We need Simpsons to go to the apocalypse. Because at this point,
just to say they went to the apocalypse.
Just to see how far can they go. It's been 40 years. It's time to see how far they... But what's going to happen to Family Guy? Are they going to end up at TBS? Which I don't know if that's a bad thing, but...
No. Because Stephen Amell already has that door open with American Dad over there. So,
well, American Dad finally got good again. They took a 2-season dip when they went to season, but this new season is just as funny as it once was. Like they're back.
And they know how to do. They're doing it right. But yeah,
so I'm like somebody must have quit or something. They got wild for about 2 seasons, but I've been watching the new episodes, and I'm like, okay, this is the American Dad
that I know. Yeah,
that I know and love.
I think the biggest issue for me when it comes to television is what's going to happen with The Gifted as well.
Right, because are they going to be able to start calling them mutants now?
Well, they're mutants in The Gifted.
Which one wasn't? Oh no, that was ABC that couldn't say it.
And that was Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that couldn't say it.
So are they going to be able? So is The Gifted going to make it? Is what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying. Is The Gifted just going to make it?
But here's the thing: ABC historically gave a longer leash before they cut. Fox will cut you in the middle of your episode.
Yes, they will.
So the fact
while your episode is airing,
you know, Fox will cut you because there was a few times that you like the show, like everybody's watching it, and Fox is like, no, they gotta go. Like, we like it. Why are you
watching these episodes? What are y'all talking about?
We're watching it. Why aren't you? And so I don't, I'm curious to see if Disney will just let it continue because it's already 2 seasons in.
We'll see.
And they can actually, if they're gonna do this, they can actually tie it in now to something that they're already doing.
I don't know if you can tie The Gifted into like what you're doing with the other shows. Because the tone and thematically they're different. They're completely different.
But the timeline is the same.
I get, yeah.
I mean, could you say the mutant family? Because these are all not real mutants either. So now what you're going to get is you're going to get an opportunity for them to bring in the mutants. People know these are all made up mutants. Well, not all.
All of those,
but the main characters are.
They're not. No.
The girl is not a real mutant.
Which girl?
The main girl, the one that looks like Hayden Panettiere, but she's not.
You talking about the Fenris the kids that are
twins? Yeah.
Okay, that was something.
I know. And then Polaris boyfriend, the fine Latino boy with the hand.
Eclipse
is not real.
Yes, he is.
No, it's not.
Just wait a minute. Wait a whole goddamn minute.
No, it's not.
Ladies and gentlemen, y'all hearing this happen right now live as we recording this.
They made him up for the show. I mean, he probably about to be in the universe now because he cold as fuck. Eclipse
did y'all know
not
that?
real. Yeah, Eclipse.
Let me see.
If you Google Eclipse Marvel Wiki, it's gonna come up.
No, he's been around. No, he's a real freaking mutant.
He's only for. They made him up for the show.
No. Earth 11/362 326.
What's the date on it? Is it after the show? Because when the show first came on, I looked him up and he only was on the show. So he might, like I said, he might be there now. It's been 2 years.
Check this out. Hold on. No, I'm gonna tell you why.
The only one that was real was Polaris and
No. This is why you think he's not. Because he's normally called Sunspot.
Oh, okay. Well, that's still.
That's why. You know what I'm saying? When you change the name.
If they were calling, he's
Sunspot.
Eclipse, yeah.
Yeah, you're like, who the fuck is Eclipse?
Right,
he's Sunspot. Right. That's right. And I know some of y'all were yelling like, don't you know this shit? I was like, hey, hold on. I was trying to make sure.
Hey, everybody. So what? We human.
Yeah, we human.
You know how many freaking motherfucking characters it is? My mind's not a Rolodex.
The fuck?
As long as we know how to wiki that shit when we need to and get back on. Whatever. Like, you knew algebra, but you still cheated, so.
So yeah, Cloak and Dagger will come back next week. I will have the reviews up for that. I need to watch the episodes.
He's such a handsome boy.
Who? Aubrey Joseph?
Yeah, he's such a handsome.
He looks so unassuming
he
too.
Does. he looks like you have no idea what's coming. I liked the casting of the kids. I did.
He looked like he'll fuck your daughter and
I
then
like
go
the
do
casting of the Runaways too. I liked what they did with that. They kind of cooked some kind of relatively unknowns.
Yeah,
you know, and
except for the boy that plays Chase.
Right.
That's the only one because he's a Disney kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. They took unknowns.
The girl, the one with the dinosaur and the glasses.
Gert.
Yeah, she was in something else before that too. Nothing major. They were all kind of
trying to get their
you know what I mean. And I kind of like that concept because it kind of gives hope to a lot of independent actors. Because sometimes Hollywood will try to act like if it ain't big names, then it won't work.
Hey,
so when you see independent shit popping, it's like.
Hey, I would like to say for the record, as somebody who has lost out on 2 to 3 pilots because he is not a big name because he was right there in the conversation.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, such and such is gonna take it.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, I'll bust your kneecaps.
That's real.
All right, let's go over. So again, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. shall be dropping in May. Legion is coming back soon as well. I'll have all that.
It's the last season of Legion, all right?
It's the last season of Legion.
Last season. Legion was wild.
Legion was that
wild.
show. You literally have to just sit. I wish y'all could see me as I'm telling Heather this. You got to just look at your screen like this the whole time.
I feel like Legion needed Cliff Notes. Because
yes, it did.
Legion needed you know how they had The Walking Dead, then the Talking
Dead afterwards.
Legion needed like a show after that explained to everybody that had not read the graphic novels that Legion is supposed to be so fucking insane that you don't you
don't know what real is not.
You're constantly in one of his personalities at all times.
Yep.
And until you accept that, you're gonna be like, what the? You can't go to the bathroom. You can't get up. You can't because you'll be like, well, what? Well, how did she? But you know who I loved? Faith. Not the one from Designing Women. That's been around for 100 years.
Oh, the head of the thing.
Yeah. I love seeing her.
Yeah, she was
Jean Smart. I love seeing her in that.
Yes,
because she was cold as hell. And
Aubrey Plaza is the greatest shit ever in that show.
Yeah, she definitely.
Aubrey Plaza is fucking phenomenal. I will always give her
praise. But
praise.
she's good in kind of everything.
Yeah,
she's kind of good in everything too.
I'll give her all the praise.
But I liked Legion was like you said, you couldn't be distracted. You definitely had to give Legion and I think that's why they lost viewers because if you didn't read it and you didn't know and you really wasn't about that life,
you was not
giving Legion.
Did you ever watch the X-Files?
Every now and then.
So, did you ever notice how you could not just jump into the middle of the X-Files?
No. You had to watch it.
You had to watch it. That's how I treat Legion, like the X-Files. Like,
right.
You had to be like, all right, this is the very opening scene.
Right.
And watching it. Legion, like I said, you cannot take your eyes from the screen.
Sometimes you got to watch the other episode, like the last 15 minutes of the previous episode. Before
just you understand what's starting.
Just so you understand what you're going into, especially in between seasons. Because I know I had to rewatch the first season in between. It's like, okay, wait a minute, I forgot again. Why are we here? But it was a good. And again, you don't get maybe because they're going off, they'll kind of give us a little Professor X teaser. I don't know.
Well, they keep mentioning his dad,
yeah,
but they never say. They'll never say who he is. Like I get for the longest you have not said who his father is. I'm fine with that. But at this point now, say it's his daddy. Y'all get ready to leave. Ain't nothing else you can do.
But they did the same thing with the Gifted. They won't say.
They will never say Magneto.
They won't say.
They will never.
I'm just like my dad. I have all the same powers, but we're not going to say his name.
Everybody's like. We pretty much know who your fucking father is right now.
So I'm thinking it must be some kind of licensing with that, where they can't give away those major characters. They can only give you those
that's probably characters. That was probably the movie division was like, hey, you can reference them, but you can't say them, because it's kind of like that with DC's movie and TV division, where it's like the fact that they got Superman in,
but he's not the same Earth. He's not the same Superman.
I digress.
He's Earth 2, 3, 4, whatever. He's multi-dimensional.
Get it?
Wouldn't it be dope if they brought Tom Welling in for like Earth 1 Superman?
So everybody was hoping when they did the crossover this year when they went to Smallville, they were like, please God say. They were like, we're going to Smallville. Just give us Tom Welling.
You're not working, bro. You're not working. Actually, he is. He's on a little show nobody's fucking with. They always want to be bigger than they just won't.
Some people don't remember where their star is. They're like, yo, I was the shit on Smallville. And it's like,
they're like, I want to play Hamlet. Bitch!
You don't shut your Hamlet ass up.
If you don't go play Clark.
Yeah.
Because by now he'd be the mature Superman that knows who he is.
And knows everything. He's dealt with some things.
Give us Welling.
Yeah, well, that's the thing some only fans can hope for and wish for.
I tweet him all the time. Whenever I think about it, I'll just be like, at Tom Welling, stop tripping. Like, I just say dumb shit.
Just say stop tripping.
Stop tripping. Go be Clark. Stop tripping. The Arrowverse needs you. Stop. I just do it from time to time.
Do you think the Arrowverse needs him?
Definitely. It would be such a game changer.
Really?
Because you know what the Arrowverse
And this goes right
us,
into DC talk I was about to do anyway, so let's do
the
this.
The Arrowverse doesn't give us those, oh my God, moments.
Look, I'll disagree with you.
We get some like, oh, that's cool. Oh, what's up? We don't get the, oh, snap.
I did with the reveal of Deathstroke. And Deathstroke's one of my favorite villains all time.
That was 4 years ago.
I don't give a fuck. Manu Bennett was amazing.
Ain't been no more since 4 years. They supposed to be one every 4 years. Supposed to be one every 13 episodes.
Let me see. What else have we gotten? Grodd was dope.
Grodd was dope, but the story arc was too short.
Yeah, King Shark is
even... Because it was like Grodd, the Grodd universe, the Grodd little planet was so much work and thought he put into it, and Flash just defeated him in the episode. It's like, nah, he
beat his ass in the battle.
It took 5 years to put this together.
Well, you know why that happened, right?
Why?
It cost too much fucking money.
Clearly, that's
CGI.
That's CGI. The Flash's rogues are straight.
Yeah.
Flash rogues. Captain Cold to me, because Wentworth did
Miller,
with that role.
Surreal.
That was the most interesting Captain Cold ever was.
The most dynamic take
that was
ever.
The most depth he had. He's such an amazing actor.
I was so mad he stepped down from it.
Well, he's going through a lot. Personally, he suffers from depression. He had an eating disorder. The fans came hard on him because he gained a bunch of weight. They brought Prison Break back.
But yeah.
There was a lot going on. And he's half black. So, like, that just made me love him so much more.
Hold on.
Wentworth Miller is a brother, baby.
Hold on. Yo. Oh, my Jesus. Listen.
Yeah.
You see how happy I just got?
Every now I tweet and I'll be like, unapologetically black, bro. Like, every now and then I just tweet him. And be like, I know you black and I love you. I know Hollywood trying to make you whitewash, but you ain't got to.
That's why he got that swag.
And that's why his hair is never going to grow out. Why he's always going to keep that low.
That's why, because if it grows out, it's an afro.
You don't see that kink. Yeah.
Oh, it's going to
get them. He just hella fair, that's all.
Yo, he do got that Jesse Williams look.
Yeah, and if you put him next to, like with the hair, he gonna look black. With the low fro, he look like maybe Italian.
Yeah.
Or something. But if you put him next to Barry, you can see the color.
Okay.
Because Barry pale.
I'm gonna get you some stories about the Flash and a hot second.
Wentworth is a dope ass actor. He really made that character amazing.
Let's get this news out the way real quick. So Titans has officially cast their Jericho and their Ravager. So the casting for Jericho, though, is an interesting and unique one. They've cast Chella Man. Now, Chella Man is a trans actor who is a popular YouTube personality.
Well, all right then.
Yes. Yeah. He is deaf, genderqueer, Chinese, and Jewish. He's done some modeling, but guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You're ready for the kicker? It's going to be his first major acting role.
Of course it is. He's YouTube famous.
YouTube famous.
DC is an app, and they're trying to appeal to people that are already getting their programming from the phone.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense.
Well, they're trying to actually get more eyes on DC Universe because it's, from what I've heard, not doing so well.
Why? Because why would you, if you're going to put it on Netflix, if it's on the bootleg?
Yeah. I think that the Netflix was only because they couldn't do something with the licensing for DC Universe overseas. So Netflix was for them because overseas it released regularly like it did here.
I watch it on my laptop. I don't pay a dime. So why would I pay $5 if I don't have to?
Very true.
To me, DC is doing what CBS is doing. They're charging too soon. Your catalog not strong enough for you to be charging that money. I don't see the value in paying for CBS All Access.
Here's the difference.
I don't see the value in paying for DC.
Here's why I see what they're doing with that though. That's why you got Titans. That's why you have Doom Patrol. That's why you got
creating contact.
Yeah, you got Swamp Thing about to drop.
It's not there yet.
I mean, right now you have Titans, Doom Patrol, and Young Justice. And the fact that you brought Young Justice back and didn't put it straight to Netflix, it speaks volumes because Young Justice lived on Netflix after season 1.
Well, Young Justice started off on Cartoon Network.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Season 2 was a Netflix thing.
Right.
And instead of giving season 3 to them, they said, we're going to put it on DC Universe.
To try to draw people over because the fans were really clamoring for
Yes, they were.
3.
Yes, they were.
And then here's the thing. You buy it. Okay, let's say you get it. Because my boy got it. He's mad. He was mad when he found out that I didn't get it. Because he's like, you could. I said, yeah, I literally didn't pay a dime. He was mad. Say you get it. It's going to be like how people do with HBO and Showtime. I'm going to pay for it for 2 months while I watch the show and I'm going to cancel it. And then when my show come back, I'm going to get it again and I'm going to cancel it. Like, I mean, it's too many workarounds, man. It's too many workarounds.
This is the realest shit ever, though. I mean,
make that subscription $2 and stop tripping. Or make it where I could do something to watch for free. Like, if you share blah, 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 you can watch a free episode. You're not doing any of that.
So DC Universe this past weekend, I think it was. Yeah, because I got the email for it. they did you could sign up for it and see the first episode of Titans, Doom Patrol, and Young Justice for free. So something to say, you want to see the rest?
Yeah, it's a teaser. That's
It's
a
a
free
teaser.
trial. That ain't shit. What they need to do is say, the more you promote for us, the more, like, maybe you build up credits. So somebody that wants to go on, somebody like you per se, who could go online every day and talk about things on his Facebook page, create a post, create some shares. You should be able to watch it for free because you're marketing for them.
Well,
because a whole lot of people don't even know it's there.
I technically do.
I'm just saying.
Oh
if
yeah, I
you
know.
weren't you,
If I wasn't me, okay,
if
I
you
got
were
you.
if you were one of our listeners who was like, oh, I could go on
Yeah,
and,
that makes
I
sense.
could tweet every day and I could do that, and then I build up credits, and every so many credits I could watch free content.
Yeah.
That would, because now you're getting some marketing and you're getting some loyalty. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you're not nickel and diming the people that literally give a fuck about you. And there's a billion other people that don't even know the app fucking exists.
That's
That's
true.
all I'm saying.
And I think the issue too with DC Universe, and I've said this to a couple of people, is that Warner Brothers is about to do their own app, and so DC is owned by Warner Brothers, which may mess around and happen is the DC Universe may disappear as an app and just get absorbed into the Warner
Right.
Brothers ones. So we'll see what happens with that.
And I get that's the way the world's going. In a minute, we're gonna have 25 apps. We're gonna be paying, for apps. I get it, but we're not there yet.
I'm gonna tell you what I was telling my videographer. She's one of my good friends when I was back in Chicago. I said, this is all our, as consumers' fault. Remember how consumers kept saying, oh, I'm cutting the cord. I'm not going to get cable no more. It's cheaper when I do this. Well, all these companies listen to that. And so now when you add up what everybody wants to have, everybody's going to get possibly Hulu with live TV, first and foremost. You're going to have a Netflix account because Netflix now knows how to get you with their original content. They figured out the formula. Amazon's going to get you more than likely.
Amazon code is out of all of them.
You see what I'm saying? Amazon's going to get you. Now, that's just 3. That doesn't sound like much.
Sling.
Fuck Sling. No, you got Hulu Live TV. You're
No,
good.
because you can't get your ESPN.
So now you got...
Yeah.
No, now you're getting the ESPN app thing. Because they have an ESPN to go app that's a streaming service where you can get the
Yeah,
channels.
but you can't get your BET, your MTV, your ESP. You need all that in one bundle.
But some people don't think about that. Now if
Okay.
you're gonna
Where am I getting my music? Where am I getting my video?
but let's
Okay.
that's the extras.
Okay.
That's the extras right now. Let's consider that
Turner
the
Classic
extras.
Movies, TBS,
Let-
TNT.
No,
Okay.
hold on. Let's consider that the extras.
All right.
Then you gotta have your people are gonna get Disney Plus. No matter, let's just call
Anybody
it.
with kids.
Anybody,
Yeah.
people even without kids are gonna get Disney Plus because you're gonna get all that Disney content you've ever wanted at one place. Some people are gonna get it. Warner Brothers is about to do the same thing. All that content now goes there. CW shit, everything feeds in there. People need HBO, Showtime. You get those. That's just the basics in a sense of what most people will get. When you add that all up, it's more than the cable bills people talk shit about.
Exactly.
So that's why I
But,
said
like
we
I
as
said,
consumers
you
are
ain't-
responsible
You
for
ain't
that.
got to pay for everything at the same time either. You can say Game of Thrones about to come on. Let me go get my HBO Go pop in for the next 8 weeks, and then turn that shit off. And then this show coming back on. Okay, so now I'm getting this. It's becoming a chore.
Yeah, because now you got to schedule when you cancel all this shit.
But so Hulu has the schedules, but free Hulu doesn't give you a lot, but it does give you a little.
Yeah.
DC could even do that. DC could even say, we're gonna charge you the $5 to watch it in real time, but if you want to wait to the end of the season and catch it as a rerun per se, it'll be free in 4 months, 3 months. They're not even doing that.
Yeah, that's fair. I get you on that. I guess,
It's like you
but I
making
think,
it
but I
hard.
think the problem with that theory too is, and I agree with you, but I think the problem is because DC Universe is still new, because it's still
But
new.
CBS is doing the same thing.
Well, CBS is giving you original content. Like Discovery is only going to be available.
CBS is also making you, they're making you watch the shows. So basically, CBS saying this: sit your ass down at 8 o'clock on a Monday, you can watch Discovery. You miss it, and you don't have a DVR, now you got to pay $5, and that's some whole shit. That's some whole shit. It's whole shit that because you don't have cable and you don't have no life, you get to watch it for free. But because I got shit to do, I got to pay for it.
I got shit to do.
Ain't nobody sitting down watching TV with it. Ain't nobody watching live TV.
You know what? I ain't gonna
I
lie.
wish
Like,
I would pay Hulu live. They
only
get
thing I watch live,
$8.
only thing I have watched live recently is like fucking award shows, so I can live tweet them or some shit if I ain't got nothing to do. But fuck, I was talking about Ravager. They got the Rose Wilson.
Okay.
Chelsea T. Zhang from Disney's Andy Mack
Okay.
She's going to be Rose Wilson, a.k.a. Ravager, Slade Wilson's daughter. Now, this is the take they're doing on her in the show. Daughter of the deadly assassin Deathstroke, Rose Wilson was forced to undergo the same procedure that granted her father nearly superhuman abilities, becoming a weapon known as Ravager. Ever resentful, she seeks out the Titans not only for their protection, but to get back at her father. Knowing how dangerous it is to be the offspring of their deadliest foe, the Titans take her in, but that does not necessarily mean they trust her.
You think the same Deathstroke will play her? Are they keeping their universe consistent with the actors?
So they have Esai Morales has been cast as Slade Wilson.
Oh, they're not
I know.
the same guy?
Trust me.
So you just made us love him for all those years for nothing, just so you could.
And I think Manu Bennett he's been vocal about that, and he's had a reason to be pissed off, and I don't blame him because like
Marvel wouldn't do that. Marvel cast you have mercy. They'll bring back Halle Berry to play Storm right now if they want to.
Shit, no they ain't. No they ain't.
If it's supposed to be old Storm, I don't know.
You don't think it's somebody else that can give us a good old Storm? Because basically Halle Berry was just there to be Halle Berry.
Did you see what I saw on Facebook yesterday?
No,
Halle Berry was the most annoying
Storm.
casting.
Oh yeah,
Storm.
yeah.
Especially now that you know Storm is T'Challa's wife. You know what I mean? It's like she did not have anywhere near the regal presence to be a queen of Wakanda.
Remember the struggle accent she gave you in the first X-Men?
Oh yeah. Somebody said all they did was cast her look up and blink, look up and with the lightning in her eyes. That's all she did the whole.
That's
series.
literally it. So yeah, and
she cut her hair.
She tried. She was struggling.
She wasn't. We had a debate about this on my page a little bit because somebody said she was the worst, and I was like, I don't know.
No, Alexandra Shipp is the worst. The one who played Storm recently, Alexandra Shipp, is the worst.
Well, she's not supposed to be full Storm. That whole movie was the worst. So, again, I put her in the Jared Leto category. They didn't really give her a chance because the origin was accurate. She was in Africa. She was, kind of out there looking for some direction. That part was accurate. I don't know how I feel about her yet because she didn't really do nothing. Okay. She didn't really do nothing.
Speaking of spin-off shows and prequels. So we're getting so many prequels now. And sometimes I don't think we need them. This is another one I still feel like we do not need. I don't know why we're doing. Pennyworth on Epix. They're doing the story out for Pennyworth.
Well, I know why. I get it.
So we can know exactly what nobody has ever known.
Well, okay, so historically Alfred was just a butler.
But now we find out he was, yeah.
But now they changed and they got him fighting zombies. They got him doing all this shit. He's side by side. Gotham got him with a pistol in every damn episode. So now it's like, well, who the fuck was Alfred before he went to work for Thomas Wayne?
And that's what they're doing. So now we've got Emma Pates from Gentleman Jack. She's gonna play Martha Kane, who will eventually become the wife of Thomas and be in Martha Wayne. Okay. And Jessica Ellerby from Lovesick is gonna recur as the Queen. Now there are no full details on the character, but there is a chance she's going to take on a Green Arrow villain, Isabel Rochev. Now, if you remember, this was what's funny to me, because in season 2 of Arrow, Summer Glau played Isabel Rochev, but then they put her in a suit and made her like Ravager.
Right.
Except her Ravager helmet made it look like she had special needs.
Okay.
Like she had a head like Bobby
Berlanti
from Bobby.
Universe. Okay.
What you say?
Berlanti Universe.
Why people keep getting... You know what? I will fight for the Berlanti verse.
He just do what he want to do. He don't give a fuck. He tell the stories he want to tell the way he want to tell them. He don't care about how we feel. He don't care about the book. He don't care about the original author. It's gonna be what he want it to be.
The only one I can't say he does that with. Well, he doesn't do that with Black Lightning because Salim McKeel ain't gonna let him.
Yet.
No, I think.
I don't know because Salim McKeel got in trouble with the whole Me Too shit. And if you notice, the last few episodes, they entered the Markovia world.
Which I told her, I was like...
Which is definitely them blending. Sounds like Black Lightning's about to be in the Arrowverse to me.
I did say that when I was doing my reviews with Ashley Robinson.
Because if you look at Young
Justice is all about Markovia this year.
And it's all about Black Lightning in Markovia.
Markovia, yes
so
it is.
Sounds to me like Greg Berlanti is getting his way.
Well, I think it's gonna. As much as
I
didn't want.
I don't have a problem.
Well, no, as much as I didn't want it to cross over, and I've been in the writers' room and the post production office, like, do not cross this show over.
Because you want it to be ours.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, Black Lightning does genuinely fight side by side with Arrow.
I get that, but I don't want the problem I have with that. I get in the comics what we have. I didn't want in the shows. This was before the announcement that Arrow will be done after season 8. Mm-hmm. I didn't want Black Lightning have to play second fiddle to fucking Oliver Queen. I just didn't want it. because Black Lightning's been doing this
Okay,
long
here's the
enough.
thing. Black Lightning might have played second banana to Oliver Queen, but Thunder wouldn't. So, I mean, you got to remember, it's not just...
Yeah, because
You know
Mr.
what I mean?
Pierce was not going to go for that one.
Because her presence, she the finest black woman on television right now. I don't care what nobody say. She the finest black woman on television.
Nafisa is so tiny in person.
But she's so
real,
her
too.
stylist, whoever is styling her.
Oh, she be out here killing
her and the mama. They the finest black women. Because you know how we was growing up. The Huxtables was attractive black family. The Black Lightning family finer than the Huxtables. Ain't no Vanessa.
Yeah, Christine Adams and Nafisa.
They all fine. The boyfriend, everybody was fine except for Tobias Whale.
Don't say that about... Hey, man, let that man...
Every character's handsome or beautiful except Tobias Whale.
Hey, man, now women loving albino dudes.
I'm not saying... I hope he get all the pussy he want.
He get
and all the money. And I hope he had the happiest life on the planet.
He from Long Beach.
We're not going to lie and say he handsome when he not. Okay? We're not going to lie. We don't have to lie. We don't want to say ugly people are attractive. What we want is a world where ugly people can still get the same love that beautiful people get.
All right, the Batman is said to be... It's going to take place in the 90s. So it's definitely a younger Batman. It's going to take place in the 90s. Still don't know who the fuck is Batman now.
My Batman is almost where my Spider-Man is. Y'all done had enough bites at the apple with the Batman.
Let it be.
Y'all done had 3,000 motherfuckers playing Batman.
Yeah, I agree.
In our lifetime, but again, I get it. If you were born in 2002, you don't know that. I get it. We shouldn't be.
You gotta be some smart parents and introduce your kids to this shit. I really wanted to talk about the Arrowverse shows, but at this point, I probably won't because I got something that's probably gonna take up a lot of time. I'm not sure. I need Zack Snyder to shut the fuck up.
Okay.
So
we're going there.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Supposedly at a Q&A that Snyder held over the weekend, a fan said he took a picture with Snyder and he asked him about the cut. Snyder says the cut does exist and Warner Brothers won't release it. This is what the fan said Snyder said.
Okay.
Snyder keeps dropping shit. This is what I would have did with Darkseid. I'd have had him kill Lois Lane. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Stop fucking talking, dog. It's over. They've moved forward. Why are you doing this? I think people are like, yo, why do you keep feeling like angry and hostility towards Snyder? Because it's like, bruh, it's done.
Okay. I hear you.
Yeah,
I understand.
And I'm gonna tell you something. I said this because I know you're a DC fan, so that's why I'm making that point.
However,
here we go with the bullshit.
No, this is it. Just like you said, the merger's cool, but I gotta be a human. Mm-hmm. As a human, Zack Snyder lost a child, and everything fell the fuck apart.
The
movie suffered.
He stepped aside.
Because he was losing his fucking mind. I can't imagine what that felt
absolutely,
like.
I agree.
So now he's sitting with the Monday morning quarterback mentality because there's a part of him that knows he could have done better, should have done better, but he was in a very dark place. He fucking ruined the movie. And the thing is, yeah, as fans, we can be like, oh my God. But as human beings, I cannot say I would have done any better if my son would have died in the middle of a production. I can't call it. So the human being in me is saying,
as a father, I feel the same.
Let him be the armchair, the Monday morning quarterback, and talk his little shit, because that's really just his ego, his pride, and his shame. Because the artist in him knows that he didn't do nothing. It don't matter what he said he could have did, he didn't. And that's what he got to wake up to every morning. Y'all dragged Justice League to hell and back. That man felt every slap of that.
Okay, so
now he's just trying to get his ego back.
Here's the thing with that. No matter who you are, whether you're a director for DC, Marvel, Universal, it don't fucking matter. You have a terrible film, people are gonna call you out on how terrible the film is, no matter what.
Right.
Justice League, I have my total thoughts on that because I blame Warner Brothers first and foremost for rushing this. They were trying to play catch up to Marvel. Instead of building up the Justice League members like Marvel did with the Avengers, they were so busy in the main office of Warner Brothers like, we need this because it's going to be $1 billion property. We need the 7 of them together. Or 6 we ended up getting. We need them together.
5.
Well,
we got 5.
Did we?
Yeah.
No, we got 6.
We didn't get a Lantern and we didn't get a Manhunter. We got 5.
Well, no, we got Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Cyborg.
Oh, Cyborg's not an original 7. That's why I keep.
No, I didn't say we were getting the original.
Oh, yeah, okay.
No, we ain't getting the original.
Okay. Yeah.
No, we're never getting the original.
Yeah, okay.
But it's like, that's Warner Brothers' fault. I blame Warner Brothers for that.
Greed will ruin a brilliant story every time.
But
that's a lot of adaptations get ruined because of greed.
But as far as him constantly saying, this what would have happened, that would have happened, this would have happened, at what point it doesn't matter anymore. Justice League has already been out in theaters. It has been released on Blu-ray, digital, and everything.
Is it possible that somebody is asking him and it's just not you? Is it possible that he's getting letters and emails that you just...
Of course he's getting them.
Okay,
but
so he's answering those people instead of worried about how you feel.
Because he was doing this shit on Vero. He was doing this shit on Vero for a while, too. But it's at some point...
You know, I got my next door neighbor is a crazy man. When I say crazy, I mean crazy. He called the police on me one time when I was standing in front of my own house talking to my friend. He doesn't clean his backyard. He's a hoarder. You walk in his house and he's like weird little paths to get through, and he plays the organ. Crazy. And his son came home from Iraq and committed suicide. And every time I'm tempted to stand on my porch and cuss that man out from top to bottom, I say, he lost his son. Every time. It saved him from so much from me. I feel like the man lost his child. Let him have it, okay?
I know. The respect level for having lost your child. As a parent,
I'm just saying, for you to pretend like that doesn't impact the logical part of his mind. Of course it does. Of course it does. How you gonna be right after that, man? You gonna need a couple years before you right again, man. He's making some bad decisions. The grief. Let's just blame it on the grief. Charge it to the grief.
Okay, if
curse
I do
the
that,
devil. Curse the devil.
Yeah, right. If I'm gonna charge to the grief, curse the devil, then I can move forward. From
exactly.
There. Okay, that be the
okay,
case.
Give him a little empathy for what he's going through.
I haven't watched this. You watch it. They say John Cryer's Lex Luthor is fucking phenomenal. Don't you watch the?
Oh, you know, I did hear that. I read that too. I can see that. John Cryer is so slept on as an actor.
Yeah.
Because when he dropped in the 80s, he should have been the Brad Packer that broke free, and instead it ended up being like Andrew McCarthy and then they worked with him. But John Cryer, hands down, was just as cold as Matthew Broderick, and I mean, like when they came out around the same time, and then he got put to the side for a long time
till
Two and a Half Men. But he always had it. So I'm not surprised.
And they said within 1 hour they made him the best villain that Supergirl has
which
had
isn't
the
hard.
entire. Yeah, I definitely agree.
But yeah, you know,
they say he is phenomenal. Arrow. I was shocked with Arrow for one of the big. Look, the whole episode took place in the future, except for the very end. The biggest shock for me out of Arrow was in the very beginning when I was mad my friend didn't tell me she was back on the show.
Yeah.
When Katrina Law showed up as Nissa Al Ghul training little Mia, I was like, what the fuck? I literally I was going on Facebook with her husband. I was like, so Cat couldn't tell nobody? Like, namely, and when I say nobody, I mean me.
You ain't mentioned you was coming back? That's wild.
But I like how she does that. I do hate Renee's future wig. If you ever watch, you watch Arrow, right? Sometimes. I don't blame you.
Arrow frustrates me.
Yeah.
You want to talk about, let's talk about hair. Since we two black folks here and we talking about hair. The whole Berlanti verse, everybody's wig except for Thunder's is fucked up. Okay, everybody's wig.
Only problem I have with Thunder. It's the only problem I have with Thunder.
Curtis and his afro 1 minute braids the next. I'm going to fight. Let me roll my hair right quick.
Yeah, I want to know.
It's time to go battle. I got to get my hair braided.
Yeah, I want to know who, because I ain't never seen nobody get their hair braided that fucking fast.
And it's like, okay, but okay. And he's not the only one. The lace fronts up in that camp is not hitting. Even Black Canary, her shit be looking real thin and stringy 1 minute, and then when she ready to fight it, she got Farrah Fawcett hair. It's like, okay, baby.
Well, she got a wig. It's a wig they give her for that.
Yeah,
one.
I know.
That's a wig.
They're all wigs.
Okay, yeah. Well, the Oliver wig on the Island wig, those wigs was the
oh my
worst.
God, those was like 1970. That was like Bill Bixby when he was transforming into the Incredible Hulk. Yeah, those wigs was terrible.
But I hate Renee's fucking wig as the mayor of future mayor of Star City. I hate it. They actually dropped a Spider-Man line on the episode.
Oh, they do it all the time.
No, when I say they dropped it, he was like, with great power comes great responsibility. He's like,
stuff.
Comes on? Oh, he's like, oh, come on, Spider-Man? I was like, oh.
They've done that before. Where they've borrowed from Marvel and kind of referenced Marvel on those shows.
Felicity created the Archer program that basically is going to tear down the city. So
Felicity not a real character either. But
we all know that. That one is.
But I mean, for them to make her so dynamic and she's not real, that's irritating. It was. I loved Arrow in the beginning. I've lost some love for Arrow because it's like it's getting too. It's like a soap opera now. It's just getting too ridiculous.
I liked when he was murdering everybody.
I did too, and I liked when Roy went into his Arsenal years, and then he decided he wanted to leave the show because he made one fucking movie and thought he was about to blow up.
He made San Andreas and thought he was going to do that.
Why did they do this? Why do they do this? Why do they think don't ever, like Cardi B said, get all the bags, man.
Some people don't. Some actors don't.
I mean, he can come back to Titan if he wants to.
Well, I don't think because he's older. He looks older now. He looks completely. He's put on a lot more weight. He's because he went through a divorce too, so he lost his husband. He
was gay, married to a man.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that. He looked like he was 10 years old. I thought he was a child. Looked like he was 5.5.
It was.
I didn't realize he was a grown ass man.
It was that milk in his skin.
You know what?
What?
A little tiny bit homophobic.
No, I just said that.
That might have been a little.
That might have been, and I'm sorry for that one. But no, he was.
He's not.
I'm sorry a little bit.
I'm sorry.
Shut up.
Because it was actually great. Like, it's like a guilty laugh. We mad, we laughing, but that was actually kind of. That was wrong, America.
That was wrong, America. It probably was. But I love you, Colton Haynes. You the homie. Appreciate you. But yeah, so he's too old. Look, he's older looking.
He can lose some weight and get some surgery. This Hollywood.
I think his face, though, the way his face looks now, I don't think he'd be able to have the surgery that would look decent.
Would he look as old as Dick Grayson? Because Dick Grayson's supposed to be older too.
Well, Brendan Thwaites,
and they're supposed to be kind of the same age.
Yeah, whoever the dude Brendan Thwaites, he looked like he just turned 22 a couple of days ago.
Some scenes, and in other scenes you can kind of see some. He look a little older, but I mean everybody in Hollywood is young and 10 pounds. We know that.
Yeah, we know that.
Because none of them look like they could really fight for real. Let's be real.
Especially Ryan Potter. The dude played Beast Boy. He look like he'll run real quick.
Y'all look like I could blow hard and knock you down. All of them. All of them too skinny.
On The Flash, you basically operate Shazam. And Ralph Dibny, elongated man, is interfering heavily in Cisco's relationship. And I don't know why the writer.
Him. I think he's a good actor. He's doing good with the bringing the comic.
Who Harlan Sawyer that plays Dibny?
Yeah, Dibny. Because obviously Barry Allen is refusing. Grant is refusing to be the Flash he's supposed to be, for whatever reason. Flash is supposed to be cracking jokes.
Well, that's because Grant Gustin's in. Oh, nope, don't say that.
Well, he's obviously, whatever he is, I'm sure he's a lovely person, a child of God, but he's, for whatever reason, straying heavily away from the character.
Well, that's because he wants to be the character a certain other way, and it's not that way. He's trying to fight what it's supposed to be. The fact you had the female cicada, older Grace, that came from the future, was, like, dope, because she was fucking up the entire Team Flash.
Yeah.
And I'm cool with that. We finally figured out.
Man, Nora's annoying. I'm ready for her to go back home.
And that's what I'm about to bring up. Sherlock found out her secret, and she was like,
"Wait a minute, though. Let's just take a second. How dope is Sherlock, though?"
When he was putting two and two together and shit, he was like, "If I was looking for this."
I love how every season he comes back as a different Wells, but when he came back as Sherlock, I'd laugh so hard that first episode because I was like, "This nigga's a fucking genius."
Because they was like Sherlock, no Sherlock,
and he's so funny, and he's still smart as fuck, and he's still like useful as a Wells. You know,
yes, he is.
Wells, you know what I mean?
But wait, the fact he was like, "If I'm Harrison Wells, where do I want to keep my secrets?" And he pulled out. I'm like, nigga, it took me about 3 hours to figure this out.
I like him. Y'all can keep him, but yeah, he's sick of Nora. He was so tired. He was like, "All right, Knuckle, keep doing this with you." He was like,
girl. So you're not gonna tell him?
Like,
and she was like, "Can you shut?"
But 3 episodes ago, he was giving her that face like,
"So
I know you lying about something. I just don't know what."
And then everybody about to go out to eat and drink. He was like, "No, for y'all go."
He was like, "Celebration? No, let's do this." He told you to ruin the party. He's about to go party. No party.
Let me tell you what's gonna happen. So your daughter, who on all this bullshit,
right.
Want to know what her secret is? She ain't telling nobody. Guess who she working with?
Exactly.
Guess who she working?
And then like when I saw that, because they revealed that a few episodes ago, and I was like, I just looked at the screen. I said, "This is the dumbest bitch. This the dumbest bitch in the world. You gonna
listen to the dude
with the dude."
Who literally
killed your grandmother.
And his whole purpose in life is to kill your daddy.
And you live in the museum and you know everything about your dad through the museum, but some kind of way you believe. And I was like, Nora need a whooping. Need a whooping.
The best part about all that was after everything was said.
Grandpa Joe. She need a Grandpa Joe.
Ass whooping.
I feel like Jesse will put that beating on her. better than Candace and Grant will.
Wait, the best part
They
was
was
that.
like the most overwhelmed parents.
Wait, because Grant looked. Shit was so
Look at what his face was
He
like.
was like, the fuck? That nigga didn't even say that. He just grabbed her ass.
I needed him to have a more sinister father, like when you steal your daddy's car, and you crash, and you come back in the house and you tell him, Dad, I took the car and I crashed it. I needed him to have that face that your daddy gave you, where you knew it was taking everything in his power not to punch you in your face.
Cause he had to, you know, somebody real when they
like,
when that head cock over to it ain't straight over there. Like the fuck, that nigga just grabbed her and just ran.
And put her in containment.
She was like, Dad.
He was like,
You ain't got Don't you say shit to me.
I don't want to hear shit you got to say, little girl. I don't want to hear, little girl.
Like, you know what? I showed you what the fuck I went through. You have seen all this shit.
And the thing is, this ain't her first fuck up. She kind of came into the game fucking up.
But she was
definitely Barry's daughter, because when she ain't fucking up, he fucking up. So
she's a genetic fuck up around here.
She definitely fucking up. I just love Jesse Martin. I love him so much.
He's so cool and reserved, because even when he was just hearing shit that's going on,
he's just great in everything. He was excellent on Law and Order.
Yes, he was.
He was excellent in Rent. The only reason why Rent was interesting to me was because of him, because Rent was not my idea of a good. And it had nothing to do with the theme. It had everything to do with the fact that Rent was too much. I was like, this too much. It's too much. There's too much AIDS and death and heroin and gayness. It's just too much. Just too much. It's just too much. It's like and
there's too much AIDS, death, and heroin.
It's too much. It's just too much. Everybody has AIDS. I can't take it. Everybody's dying. The whole cast is dead. And
too much AIDS, death, and heroin.
Yeah, this was too much. I could have taken a movie about the gays. I could have taken a movie about the drugs. I could have taken a movie about AIDS. But all three, I was like,
my brain can't handle all this shit.
Overwhelmed by this movie. But I loved him in it, and I just love him in everything.
What do you think this is going now with Nora in the Flash? Now that she's locked up in this pipeline.
Obviously they're gonna, Team Flash is gonna have to fix whatever, figure out they're gonna have to go into the future again and jeopardize the timeline again.
Which we don't seem to fucking learn yet.
Which, from what I recall of my Flash knowledge, Flash fucked up the timeline a couple times. He ain't fucked up the timeline every 15 minutes. They doing too much with this. They doing too much. They just doing too much. And I'm really ready for them to start. If we're gonna go into like season 6 and 7 with Flash, and Arrow is obviously phasing out. I think it's time to start building the league. If you're gonna, it's time to start building some semblance.
Well,
of
I think
league.
That's what the crossovers were for.
Yeah, but I'm talking about
officially doing it.
Yeah, and I'm talking about doing it with the right people. You keep bringing in all these B strings. You bringing this Batgirl, and that's cute and everything. But it's time to really start. Even if you're just alluding to them, it's time for a Hall of Justice. It's time for something.
Well, we did have. There's the airport hangar that they did. I think it was the second crossover.
Yeah.
That becomes the Hall of Justice. So we saw.
Well, it's time for us to see.
I think that, but also, I think
we got the Easter eggs. It's time for these eggs to hatch.
Yes, I agree.
It's time for
because they mentioned that Red Death is supposedly going to be the big bad for next season.
Okay.
But the question might be, because Red Death is somebody who's really, for the listeners who don't, it's the combination of the Flash and Batman.
Right.
Which is the most terrifying shit even when you hear it on paper. There's potential, and it's a theory, it's not 100% sure, that is what Stephen Amell is going to do.
He's going to switch over?
He's going to be Red Death.
Oh, okay.
So Arrow can end, when Arrow is ending, he can become Red Death now.
Okay.
And now Barry has to fight him.
I don't like that. Because,
I don't like it either.
The series can end, but we still need Stephen Amell to come back and be Arrow when he's needed, because he's a founding member of the Arrowverse.
Actually, Stephen Amell is dying. It's obvious.
Like, we need him to...
Green Arrow's going to die.
No, but, people can come back in comics. We know that. So
but not in this. Because he's going to sacrifice himself. He sacrificed himself already.
Well, he can come back from another Earth then.
Yeah.
The way they did with the Dark Canary.
Yeah, because we did that with him when he was a Nazi.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he can have him come back. And I want to see Ray come back, and I want to see...
Yo, the Ray was dope, and I'm mad we didn't get more of the Ray.
Well, they put the little cartoon up.
Yeah, but I wanted to see more live action of Ray.
Yeah. I would like to see him come back, and I would like to see this Hall of Justice. I would like to see maybe that's too far out, a Watchtower or something where you're seeing them with the duties, and how it's your turn and you have to hold down the fort and teams up world.
I think the Watchtower is the one that's kind of like the stretch. Because we haven't done anything.
Yeah, we haven't gotten them in space.
Ain't gotten them space yet. That's the only thing with that.
Well, you've gotten Kara into space though.
Yeah,
got power into space.
Yeah, but I don't see a Bruce Wayne that's gonna be like, yo,
we haven't seen a Bruce Wayne do shit.
Yeah,
so.
quite honestly, yeah, we just got the Wayne.
And
cousin.
I want Stephen Amell to be able to go on the Titans if he's needed, if it makes sense to the story.
Okay, that's fair.
You know what I'm saying? I want to see Arsenal to be able to do that. If you're gonna do this, Greg, then do it the way it would be done in the comics. You know,
because the door is open potentially for all this to
or
come
the
together.
last 20 years of the animated series where these things happen frequently, these crossovers. You had your rivalry between Oliver Queen and Bruce Wayne, where they had the little rich guy rivalry, and who's got the cutest toys, and you know what I mean, because Oliver Queen was just the Bruce Wayne of Star City.
That's all he is,
or whatever. So it's like you kind of had that, right? You kind of saw that. You kind of saw. Superman kind of getting over Lois and smashing Wonder Woman a couple times. You know what I mean? You saw that. Or what?
Hey, man, you got to get that Amazonian in your life sometime.
I'm just saying, she fine as hell. Who wouldn't?
That is a good... I don't know why people are like, yo, would you bang Wonder Woman? Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not even gay, and I would.
Like, I bang Wonder Woman just to say, you know what I'm saying? Look,
actually, all of them can get it, in my opinion.
Look, I would say Wonder Woman can fuck me. There's a difference. You know what I'm saying?
I know Henry Cavill. Remember when the Me Too shit first came out and he dropped a little article where he said he was afraid to talk to women because he didn't want to say the wrong thing, and the women got mad, like, don't be a douche. And I was like, say it however you want to me, Henry. You can say whatever the fuck you want to say. I'm like, okay. You could be like, fuck you, bitch. Suck my dick. I'll be like, Henry, you so crazy.
What if Henry Cavill just run up on you with nothing but the Superman cape on?
Oh, yeah, it just stuck his dick on me. We in a meeting. I'm pitching. I'm trying to talk. He pulled his dick out. I was like, Henry, you so crazy.
His dick in the cape.
I know this dick in the cape. I'll be like, you wild as hell, Henry. Anyway, let's finish the meet and then we can talk about that. I'm setting the movement back. Let me shut up.
The Black Lightning season finale was everything the season needed to be. It brought together every single storyline, and I just want to say this personally again to Jordan Calloway, a.k.a. Khalil. When I see you again, I'm cussing you the fuck out. Because you could have told me you was coming back, nigga. I was like, I
can't believe you didn't know. Clearly.
I know Painkiller comes back, but the way they were doing it, not even the way the story.
What was his name?
Latavius.
Once Latavius came back, everybody was coming back.
Yeah, but I was like, Jordan must have some other shit he about to do, because that's why they ain't picked up his option. Because he told me, he was like,
he was on Riverdale too.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so
much better on Black Lightning than he was on
Riverdale. Absolutely.
Riverdale was a fucking rapist. It was like, now let Riverdale go.
Let Riverdale I'll tell you by the way, I was at
another DC comic, Archie, anyway.
Yep. I was at C2E2 this weekend, and guess who was there in a booth? Timok. You and I know him. Bruce Leroy, the Last Dragon, okay? And he had...
Hell yeah, I'm glad he can still get a couple dollars.
So listen, he had no one at his booth.
That's because everybody's 10.
No one. And so I walked
20 years ago, everybody
I walked up to him with the microphone, introduced myself, had my camera.
Right.
Hey, I would like to get a quick 5-minute interview out of you.
Right.
This man says, well, I think you should email my agent first.
Motherfucker.
Nigga, nobody's here. I had to hold this line for myself that I was going to tell him because I was so pissed off. I was going to be like, yo, you do realize your only prominent role after being Bruce Leroy was you were a rapist on a different world.
Right.
You was trying to take Freddie Brooks' goodies.
Right.
So, like, nigga, you need this more than I do.
Or I'm going to email your agent right now. She going to email me right back because she not busy.
She not busy.
And, I'm going to walk away for 5 minutes and come right back.
I was so pissed off. He told me to email. I was like, I'm not going to email.
Why don't we just start talking? I'll email her. When you hear the ding, that's her saying to school. And stop tripping. They didn't even make a Last Dragon 2. Even Breaking got a 2. Beast Street got a 2. Last Dragon didn't even get a 2.
Yeah, they didn't even want to go back to this and fuck all of them. But back to...
That's sad.
That is so sad. It was
anyway,
so...
I wonder how much is... He's not the only one that did that. My sister saw Billy D. Williams at Comic-Con one year.
Well, that's Billy D, though.
Yeah, but she said he was real disgusting.
He said he was what?
He was real disgusted. Like, he was bored. He didn't want to be there. She could just tell his heart wasn't in it. And she said they was going up and hugging, taking pictures, and he was real like, yeah, whatever. And I'm like, well, for him, that star fell. That star fell hard for him.
Yeah,
But at the same time, hey, dog, be glad somebody will check it for you.
Nigga, you could just be at home sitting by
That's
yourself
what I'm saying.
And
like Lamont Sanford.
Like, nobody wants to come see Billy D anymore. I was Lando Calrissian, bitches.
If I saw Kai-Mak, he probably would have hated my questions. I'd have been like, so what was it like working with DeBarge? you ever be Tear from El DeBarge? Because that song was bigger than that movie.
His Rhythm of the Night was bigger than the movie.
Let's talk about that.
But also, in the
season... Give him my number.
Just start passing your numbers on.
Listen, how y'all feel about Thelma Evans? That's how I feel about El DeBarge.
You know what? Okay, I'll be real with you. Thelma Evans will get it raw.
She's 82 years old.
She was 82, and I give her raw dick.
And she look good for her age, but she don't look Thelma Evans good no more. She look her age. She just look good for her 80. Just like Elle look good for 50. You know what I'm saying?
Elle ain't 50. That nigga's mixed. That nigga's 92.
No, he's like 56, 57.
Okay.
Yeah. I know because I stalk him.
That is hilarious.
Only reason I went to Taste of Soul last year.
What's the stalk?
Like, Elle DeBarge.
I got hair chemicals for you, baby.
I was like, listen, I know that's too paid. It gotta be. He could still have that much luxurious hair.
Did you see the fight that when Lynn whooped the shit out of Dr. Jace in the season finale of Black Lightning?
Listen, I love the mama. I love her. I love her because she's British. I love her African features. I love her because her hair is natural and she fucking fine as hell. I love her. I love when she pulled the rifle out and started capping.
Yo!
I love, because you know from episode 1, she's like, Jefferson, I'm not doing this again. And now she's like,
what we doing?
Like with her babies, like she became such a black mother. You know what I mean? Like she's such a good black mother. Like she wanted her daughters to have happy lives and be safe, but she's like, "Are we doing this? We doing this?"
Well, when she realized that they weren't gonna change no matter what, so they was gonna do what they wanted to do.
Right.
Tobias was getting his ass whooped by Jen.
Yeah.
And she was gonna kill. I was like, kill his ass. Kill his ass.
Like, just let him at least go and get knocked out and be unconscious because Tobias was winning too much. It was like, we need Tobias like the L now.
He took that. Well, he took that L because they put his ass in the deepest, darkest hole. They was like, hey man, you locked up, ain't nothing finna happen. You ain't getting this steroid and nothing, so he's in there.
But doesn't he go to Bel Rev?
I don't know if they're gonna call it Bel Rev yet. He's supposed to in the comics, but we don't know if they're gonna call it that.
Because he's not. They all either go to Arkham or Bel Rev. He's definitely not an Arkham person.
Yeah, he's not crazy.
Bel Rev.
Yeah,
he's.
The Black Lightning.
Now you know what we call.
What?
If you give me an Amanda Waller in a Black Lightning, and you put the power of black bad bitches against each other. What?
Well, the closest thing we had was Cynthia Dye Robinson.
She was not a good Amanda Waller. She just was an angry black woman. She just was an attitude-faced black girl. Mm-hmm. She wasn't a good. So Amanda Waller's a big woman. No, she's a big woman.
So I think that was the one.
She's CCH Pounder. Let's be real.
Nigga.
She's just too old for it now. She's just too old, but she's
Essa Perkin Mackerson, whatever her name is.
Essa Perkin? I mean, Essa Patha.
Essa Patha Murkison. Is he the her CCH
She's still too small, honestly. She's still too small.
Put her in a fat suit.
She's supposed to be Thea Vidal. You know what I mean? Like she's supposed to be a big woman.
I know, no, Amanda Waller.
I mean?
But I think that was the thing they didn't want to do is they didn't want Amanda Waller to be a big bag woman. Like they didn't make Black Mariah a fat woman in Luke Cage. They was like, we don't know how the people gonna take this, even though everybody will put up the comic like.
Right.
She's a fat chick.
And you know, you making stars, like why not? Why not give a plus size woman a chance to
see what she can do?
You know what I mean? To rock out. You know who will be a good Amanda Waller? Yamanika Sanders. Google it if you don't know who she is and watch her stand up. Like she's already.
Yo, Yamanika is the truth.
She's already Amanda Waller.
Matter of fact, what you got to Google is Yamanika Sanders versus Jamar Neighbors roast battle.
Yeah.
When she told a lot out this
she ain't no joke. Yeah. I think she'll be a good Amanda.
Yo, Yamanika be dope as that.
Let's tweet that.
Hey, Black Lightning Writers Room. As far as the Doom Patrol, if you want to see the full episode 6 review, myself and Winston Marshall, it is up on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/JAYWashington80. You watch Doom Patrol?
Absolutely.
We were talking about that. You love you some Javon Wade.
No, I love some Brendan Fraser.
I'm sorry, Brendan Fraser. I'm sorry. Okay, look, I'm all for Brendan Fraser.
I'm a 90s kid. I grew up on Encino Man and School Ties and shit, so I love seeing Brendan
Bedazzled.
Fraser. Yeah, I love watching him get his swag back.
Yo, the fact that he's only the voice and the person who's doing the body acting, it works perfectly.
Oh, he's still stealing it though.
Because every time you see him, you be like, "What the fuck do you want?"
He's so. It's like once your brain is just all you have left in your body is you don't give a fuck about shit. Like,
you don't give a fuck.
He don't give a fuck about nothing.
But
he has zero reservations.
Wait, the fact that he was telling Cyborg, "Can you help me hack into my daughter's face hole?" Right. He's like, "Can you put your thing in the face hole?" And everyone's just looking like this. Don't just sound right.
Like no. Yeah, no.
I like what
I like Doom Patrol.
I think Diane Guerrero needs to get awards for playing Crazy Jane. Here's why I say this.
She's okay. Yeah,
This is the only reason I say this. it's one thing to play one character and go through. It's one thing to play 2 or 3 characters. Eddie Murphy, Arsenio, and them have done it. To potentially play 64 different characters, and in any episode, you can be 10 different ones at the drop of a dime.
That's definitely Eddie Murphy level. That's definitely Nutty Professor level.
You get what I'm saying? At the drop of a dime, she goes from being, I will fuck you up, to, I'm sorry, to different type of personality.
But honestly, so far, the personalities they've given us haven't had that much depth. She's going from extreme. She's super nice. She's super mean. She's super.
Yeah, she does. She does go to the more extreme ones.
Yeah, she's not. She's giving us. She's giving us actors studio. Monologues.
Prepare your monologue for tomorrow.
Now show me your angry face.
Show me your emotes. I need you to emote with me. Emotes.
But no, I do think she's.
Did you see the Harvey Weinstein moment at the beginning of the episode?
No.
With Elastic Girl, she go into the director's office. And the dude's name was Sidney Blum, and he tell her like, "What you gonna do for the role?" And she got
funny. Okay.
It was a Harvey Weinstein moment. She had to sit on his lap, and he was like, "Yo, you finna get some pussy," till she turned into a blob and killed this nigga.
Right.
So like, that's what it was.
That is, yeah. You're right.
Okay, make me.
But in the 50s, it was just called regular acting.
It was just called an audition.
Yeah, it was just called. It was called regular life.
It was just called regular life.
Betty Davis and Joan Crawford fucked everybody.
Don't let nobody tell you no different.
And never complained today. They say Cary Grant was taking a little bit in the booty, so,
Betty Davis and Joan Crawford got miles on that vagina.
You know what I'm saying? And they got the Academy Awards.
What they earned.
100 years later, we still know their work. So, I don't know. Was it worth it? Who am I to say?
In other words, yes.
I don't know. I don't know. Who am I to say?
They have been immortalized, is what you're saying.
Pussies is immortalized now. You know what I mean? That body work they put out there.
Hey.
That body work for that body of work.
Man, I think that's about all. I don't have any calls for the hotline this week, but you can get your calls in 818-276-6947, 818-276-6947. If you got a dope question, comment, whatever, I'll play it here on the podcast. Me, and if it's Heather back here with me or any other guest, we'll go ahead and answer it for you.
Can I interject the idea?
Can you?
Just a little Twitter fun or Instagram fun. Why don't you guys tweet us and let us know who you think the worst casting was in a comic book film? Who you think was the worst, not the best, the worst casting. Curious to see who you guys come up with. Because I feel like Sabretooth, Liev Schreiber as Sabretooth was awful, but I had 5 people tell me he was good today, and I was like, okay.
Well, what about Tyler Mane as Sabretooth?
I thought all the Sabretooths were trash.
Okay, because I was like...
But Liev Schreiber was especially trash because he didn't even bother to even try to look the part.
No,
he had some coffin nails.
He was just Liev Schreiber
with coffin nails. With some acrylic full tips. And that was it. He didn't even try. So, I've been curious. Why don't you guys tweet us at Heather JAYH and give me your Twitter.
At Mr. J Washington, MrJaywashington. I was going to tell you to tell the people how they can find you everywhere. You just did that.
Tweet us and let us know. I think that'll be a fun little game to play on Twitter this week.
Please do that. Also, make sure you rate and review this, man. Thank you to everybody who's been dropping rating reviews on iTunes, Google Play Music, Spotify, and others. The more you keep doing that, the more this podcast jumps up in the algorithm and more people can see it. And I'm so grateful for you. Before I get out of here, I want to give a shout out to the member of the Supervillain Squad, the Patreons, the people who have joined the Patreon. Shout out to King J. Brown, Brandon Buckingham, California Joe, DJ Snacks, John Mariano, LK, Mikey Lito, Paisley Darts, Rudy Rueda, and Steve Tozen. If you want to join the squad, you can. Go to patreon.com/Mr. J Washington, MRJAY. Again, you should know how to spell Washington. Heather J.
QT, you black. It could be any letter in there. ZX apostrophe.
A hyphen.
Tilde.
Heather J, thank you so much for rocking out with me. This has been a blast. I knew when I talked to you before I had to have you on here. This has been a blast. I'm going to tell you how fun I know this is. We are at almost, let's say, an hour 40 talking nerd shit. And I know, and everybody.
Go another hour.
And we definitely could. Thank you to everybody who's checked in, man. I will definitely get another episode out to you guys next week. Heather, I hope you definitely come back. Hope you have some fun. Till then, I will holler at you later. Take care. I'm out of here. Peace.